Welcome to the Saturday Wrap-Up Show. My name is Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, and I will be your host for today, unpacking the latest sport here in the capital city and beyond Namibian borders. And now for the latest on the hit list. And here we start off with the August 7th taking place in the capital city. Of course, a lot of rugby activity there, and some of the results that just came in. South Africa's Wits Barbarian continued their impressive run in August Valley 7th Championship Tournament at Hagegeinkop, topping Pool B to storm into the semi-finals, which is currently underway. Their latest victims were Trustco United. And then we also have some results from FNB Wanderers that have stormed to victory, unbeaten to Pool A at the August Valley 7th Championship Tournament at the Hagegeinkop Stadium. Their latest win was a commanding 43-0 over a determined FNB Rehoboth side in that one. And now we have some activities there at the stadium. Of course, our team covering this event, they have some of those interviews for us.
Yes, on behalf of August Valley, we are very excited to sponsor the second edition of the August Valley Sevens. Last year was our first tournament, and this year is our second one. So we're very excited to welcome our local rugby players, local rugby clubs, as well as two invitational teams from South Africa to come and compete here in Windhoek, in the capital city. And this is just another way that August Valley is looking to invest back into community development, community sports. And we're very excited for today, and hopefully we'll have a fun, exciting day full of sevens rugby.
We are joined by Cyril and Palmer. So, guys, which teams are you supporting today?
We are here with Irongo Dream Team. Unfortunately, we only arrived now. Yes. But we hope we will have fun. It's a new, like it is a combined team, so I hope they do well.
No, awesome. What are your expectations for today from Irongo?
For Irongo, it's just for some experience. To show what they can and to have fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As for you, Cyril, what are your thoughts on the games today?
Not much.
Just here to have fun, eh?
Oh, yes.
Okay, cool.
Well, the Namibia Premier League also returned after a while. Of course, we remember that they have been without a sponsor. The government coming through with a 10 million sponsorship. And just some of the results we had today. Young African there starting the league as they finished. Obviously, they finished second. And today, they beat Tigers by 3-0. And KK Palace in the Northern Derby beat, that is, of course, Eshoke Chula Chula by 2-1, and 11 Arrows, the newcomers. It was a coastal derby as well, against Blue Waters, beating them by 2-1 there. So there were two derbies, of course, one in the north and one at the coastal town of Walfish Bay, and you can see 11 Arrows returning to the Premier League and making sure that they beat, of course, Blue Waters in that one. Let's cross over to a short score today in the English Premier League. It doesn't get better than this. Newcastle United beating Fulham, and as you can see the time there, 89 minutes and 15 seconds is when the goal was scored to beat Fulham. Of course, Newcastle at home there, and you won't be surprised with this one. Chelsea losing to, that is Sunderland. Of course, this is a shocking result, and Sunderland this season are proving to be a tough team. You can see there they have 17 points and are in second place following this victory over Chelsea. Chelsea's vows continuing in the Premier League. Most of the fans and those that bet for Chelsea to win. They were also part of the Soccer 13 betting slot, and of course that could be very distraughtful for many of those that went or thought Chelsea would be beating the Sunderland team that is really performing well this season. Now we return back into the capital city, where the Namibia Motorsport Expo, it is an expo, and of course there were a few races, including some thrills and spills and action at the Tony Russ track from yesterday, and it continues until late tonight as they conclude the motorsport season, the expo producing some of the results. Now we have some snippets of the event for you, some action, adrenaline, thrills and spills.
Good afternoon, my name is Bradley Ferreira. I'm the promoter of the Motorsport Expo 2025. My promoter's name is Big Boy Racing. I'm affiliated under the Namibia Motorsport Federation. So what we have here today is actually a two-day event on this weekend, the Motorsport Expo and Drift Mania. We've had it's an exhibition style event that combines motorsport to it. We had a very good turnout here in terms of MNZ Motors that brought 10 of their exclusive vehicle brands. We had a lot of new vehicle launches here this weekend, test drives. We have had events that started last night with the drags and the spinning, which was very good. I actually saw it on your Facebook, Sport Wrap. Yeah, so the main event is tonight with the drifting. We actually have the Gymkhana starting now at 5. But the big one is the Gymkhana tonight with the 5 drifters from South Africa that are going to perform later.
Okay. So how much planning went into all this?
Well, the first expo was in 2018. We had the second one in 2019. But then of course COVID came and things were a bit difficult. And then I attempted again in 2022, 23, but with the lack of sponsors it was a bit difficult. But this year with MNZ Motors on board, it made it possible. And yeah, so we're back in 25.
So how's the future looking like for the sports?
Well, I actually said when I'm done today, I'm not going to do it again. But knowing myself, Expo 26 will definitely be there.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And now we cross over to the coast, where, of course, an important charity event took place there. And Gershon Sabeb, co-founder of Home Away from Home charity and co-organizer of the Mental Health Fund run in Walvis Bay, shared more about the organization and the purpose behind their event. You matter and your mental health matters. That was the message of Charles Farmer, mental health professional and clinical psychologist at this morning's Home Away from Home charity mental health run in Walvis Bay. So now let's hear from him.
Gershon, we are here at the inaugural Mental Health Fun Run that is being hosted by the Home Away from Home charity organization. Now, usually it's an event. Now, this year you guys decided on a run.
Right.
Why a run?
So normally the event was always indoors, and we have decided let's change this thing this year. As you can see, the rise of the young people and people that are taking their lives. And we said we're going to do something this year different. We're going to do it outside, but what are we going to do outside? How are we going to attract everybody, whether it's a youth or the older people? And we said, let's do the marathon, which is the first time. And even for the first time, we thought we're going to work between 100 to 150 people, but we have people that have attended. The registration was 370 plus for this marathon. And we have said that let's attract the people, let's bring them all together, and we make this thing together with this mental health.
Awesome. Now, the Home Away from Home, there's also a fundraiser for the Home Away from
Right.
Home charity organization. Just tell us a bit about your charity.
We've started with 60 small kids many years back, and it came from our own pocket. And me and my sister Tanya had the vision of that we're not gonna give up. We doing this for the next generation and for the youth. And we've decided that let's keep on doing this until we got sponsorship left, right, and center. Now we are with more than 500 kids plus every Saturday, and we have said that with this funds that are coming through, we want to do 2 times a week to assist the kids because they have grew in a larger group, and it's 500 plus, and we say 2 times in a week that we'll do the soup kitchen for the love of our kids and for the love of that we have for Walvis Bay.
Awesome. How can the community get involved with your organization?
The community can get involved with us by reaching out to us through our mobile number, which is +264 811 295 072, or they can contact my sister or through Instagram or through Facebook. But they know we're on social media and they can always contact and reach out to us. Many of the people have reached out to us and they have also sponsored us with different types of things, especially for this event as well.
Exactly. Is it going to happen again next year?
We were shocked on the amount of people that have registered and still wanted to register, but we've said with 370 plus, it's a lot. We're excited for next year. Next year we're going to do it bigger and bigger. But the most important part is we have realized that so many people that are going through a lot and it's not talking. And by running, it just always helps.
Final message to the community.
Final message to the community, please. If there's anything that you have, reach out to someone and talk. It helps not only to have a run, but to talk. It eases the pain.
Thank you, Gershon. Charlize, we are finding ourselves here at the Home Away from Home mental health fun run. It's the first one that's taking place. Just talk to us, how does mental health fit into running?
Oh, wow. It's actually the perfect medicine for running. You know what, Leandra? Research has shown 30 minutes of exercise is equal to 1 antidepressant. So I can go on and on and on about moving your body is medicine.
Okay. Now, as a mental health professional, you mentioned this morning at the briefing that our suicide rate is extremely high in Namibia. Just talk to us a bit about that.
Okay, so it has been a very concerning matter. We are struggling with very high suicide rates from the males, from the females. And I think it's everyone's duty to jump in and see how we can tackle this. From our side as mental health professionals, we please ask that you will reach out for help. Seek help, seek assistance, don't suffer in silence. There is help available.
When do you need to seek help?
Don't wait for number 99. If you already feel that I'm feeling low, I don't know what's happening with myself, I don't have the energy to get out of bed, that's when you start going.
What's the best way to take care of yourself?
The best way to take care of yourself is practicing self-care. So yeah, look for things that you enjoy doing, move your body, connect, be social, all of those things there.
Final message from your side?
Guys, let's take care of ourselves. Mental health is just as important as your physical health. Don't neglect yourself. You matter. You absolutely matter, and your mental health matters too.
And now, speaking about exclusive stuff, we speak of para-fencing. We have a visitor in the capital city, of course. Denver Fencing Foundation's U.S. Marine veteran Paralympian Jataya Taylor came from the United States of America to conduct a training camp with the Namibia Para-Fencing Club running until tomorrow. She brought a FIE certified gear, including the club's first fencing wheelchair, with the aim of preparing it for international competitions. Let's hear from her.
You've been here for 2 weeks training the para fencing fencers. Just tell us about that journey and how you got to be involved with them in the first place.
So starting from the beginning, when our group Bidiat to hand cycled across Southern Africa in 2023, I was privileged to meet Mr. Shekinah, and he planted the seed for para-fencing, like he had said. And so then he reached out to me and was like, we need equipment to fence internationally and we need more training. So the Denver Fencing Foundation and the Denver Fencing Center in Denver, Colorado, USA, decided that we needed to take a big step to get them ready. So I came from the US bringing official FIE certified gear for them to be able to fence internationally and their first actual fencing wheelchair. And so now that I brought this gear and a machine for them to fence like they would fence internationally, I needed to train them on that. And so we came and did an evaluation. We've had 4 fencers, including Mr. Shekinah, come through this Namibia para-fencing training camp. And it was just teaching them a lot of the basics, reinforcing them the skills they knew, and just showing them where they can take it on their own. We kept it small so we could really focus on the fencers. So the first day that they're all here, we brought all of our 4 para fencers in and showed them the equipment and did an unboxing of all the gear we brought. And then this week, we have been doing individual lessons. So they've been coming for one-on-one instruction. That way we would spend an hour and a half, 2 hours just training that one person for everything they needed to know. So when I teach in the USA, I teach able-bodied standing and para-fencing sitting. And so we do just a lot of basics, like basic defensive moves. That way you're not getting stabbed all the time. And then how to turn your defense into an offense and get points. It's been exciting. It's been so welcoming. I'm happy to be back again. And the Namibians have been really welcoming, especially since this program for us in the US is actually called the Africa Para-Fencing Initiative. So we start here and make this the center of excellence, and other people from Africa will come here to learn para-fencing.
Right. And Jay, thanks a lot for your time.
Yep, thank you.
Cool.
still on para-fencing, of course, this time around it is an Namibian who will be speaking as well in terms of the way the para-fencing club assistant director Shikea speaks about their journey on how they established this competition.
I understand you are the head of the Para-Fencing Federation here.
Yes.
Please just tell us, how that came about and, just aim around it.
How it came about, well, we reached out to the Denver Fencing Foundation and also the Paralympic Organization, the NPC of Namibia, to start this program. My original inspiration, my original inspirer was Nanku. We got involved. It came about because of a group meeting we had with an organization called Nonku. So when I went home after that meeting to, just watch the videos that BDA2 had, you said Miss Taylor had said I should watch. I then went back home and said, let me just watch and see what fencing is. I was so interested in it because when I saw it physically, I said, okay, wow, I can participate in this sport myself, and I think others can too. So this federation came about because of that. The drive to see others perform in a global sport, something that has never been done before in Namibia, something that is brand new, something that can inspire others as well. So we are doing this for the next generation and for this generation to say, you know what, people with disabilities can participate in any sport they want to participate in. That is the purpose of this para fencing federation. The competitions, we have not held any competitions yet. We are going to attend some competitions next year in 2016 internationally, but locally we do not have competitions as of yet here because we have not spread regionally. We hope to spread regionally. So what I encourage other people with disabilities to do is to come forth and to contact us, and we will get you connected with the right people who can help you to go internationally. Then we will then locally train you and then send you out to the regions as well to start a para fencing club.
And now, as we conclude today's show, of course, we have our specialist, Formula One specialist, Irina Marie van der Walt, to give us, of course, the latest news and the latest happenings in terms of the Formula One circle. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
It is Mexican Grand Prix weekend, and on this Mexican Grand Prix weekend, I'm going to talk to you about the US. And the reason why is because Formula One has signed a deal with Apple TV for exclusive broadcasting rights in the US. And while I'm in Africa, and I presume most of the people who watch this are in Africa or not in the US, and it doesn't affect us in our F1 TV subscriptions, I think it very much affects the zeitgeist, F1 TV has always been a very affordable subscription, even for me in Africa, especially for people who are paying in US dollars. I think it is what, $2 or $4 US these days. Very affordable subscription, and you get so much. You don't just get to watch the entire F1 TV archive. You don't just get to watch pre-race shows and obviously the broadcasts of the races live as well. You get things like the cool down room. You get things like Tech Talk with Sam Collins. You get so much on your F1 TV subscription, and if you are a hardcore Formula One fan, like me, it's a really great deal, and it's a fun time. But signing with Apple TV has now, and it's not a lot, but a couple of people in the US have now started talking about the Formula One bubble bursting in the US. You know, not a lot of US netizens, if I can call them that, have Apple TV subscriptions compared to, you know, your Netflix and all those things. And it is also very sensitive times for subscriptions at the moment, I think, where people are realizing that, you know, you can't have 20 subscriptions. It's just not affordable. It's not viable, especially if you're only going to watch one of them once every now and again, you know. So let's propose that the Formula One bubble does burst in the US. What does that mean for Formula One? I think a good thing. I think that if the Formula One bubble bursts in the US, which is, you know, in the age of the internet, we've created this global village, we've created a global culture, which has very much sort of created a single unified zeitgeist. You know, previously the zeitgeist was kind of a European or an African or a whatever, but now we have one for the entire globe, so to speak, you know. And the US is very much the power that not just documents that zeitgeist or traces it, it is the power that creates it as it goes along. You know, you look at, for example, the UK, where Formula One is from, if you don't know that. You look at the UK, they have Adele, Harry Styles, Ed Sheeran, the entirety of One Direction. Who else? You know, so many fantastic actors, Benedict Cumberbatch, Cillian Murphy, and they all had to go to the US to achieve mainstream success. You know, Benedict Cumberbatch, when he was on BBC Sherlock, okay, sure, fine, nice. But there are other actors in that series who have not gone to the US and not starred in US productions, and thus did not become as big as Benedict Cumberbatch. They remained big in the UK, and that's nothing to scoff at, but they didn't achieve that international success and be captured in the zeitgeist until they went to Hollywood, right? So for the fans who believe that the sport is over-commercialized, which as a journalist I can't give you my opinion on that, but for the fans who believe that the sport is over-commercialized, this is good news. This would be good news if the Formula One bubble does burst in the US, because it means that the scales are going to tip back. You know, fans who truly are interested in Formula One are going to stay. Fans who only needed an in, because Formula One is an extremely steep learning curve. You need to have family that watched Formula One every Sunday to really understand and have learned enough. So the fans who only needed an in, only needed to understand, fans like myself who didn't grow up with like generational Formula One watchers in my family, who needed to learn about the sport and get over that learning curve in order to love the sport, they will likely remain and the rest will leave. This means that we have, I think, better balance between the Bernie Ecclestone approach and the Stefano Domenicali